Seth Rollins out there
shooting.
Or at least that's what WWE wants us to think, Alex.
It is. I think it's great that they said, okay, Seth, you're going to have the pulse of the internet fan right now. That's going to be you. So much so that he's caping for the Revival, who's been presented as nothing but like slimy heels their entire time on the main roster. Seth Rollins knows a good tag team when he sees it. Doesn't matter their heel alignment. He says he's caping for them. I mean, like honestly, at this point, it's just great. All these things were addressed, and the Revival got to lose in a Lucha House Rules match on main event. So it's not like that's stopped. It's just being kept away from the eyes of the public.
Did you say they won or lost?
Lost, of course, didn't they?
In a Lucha House Rules match?
I'm assuming.
Damn, who'd they face?
The Lucha House Party.
No. Who'd they face? It was the Revival.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the Lucha House Party lost.
No. The Revival lost. Yeah. As far as I know. I know they faced each other. I'm assuming.
So Seth Rollins says he's not calling out Dean Ambrose. He doesn't want to do that right now. He calls out General Manager Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Corbin says they can have this conversation in private. I've noticed a line that's been used a lot, and it is, for once in your life, shut up.
Yeah.
Man, that one's been done to death. I'm going to try to find out whose that one is. But Rollins says that the WWE Raw is sucked under Corbin because he makes the show all about himself. Corbin sucks chants come from the crowd. Rollins puts over the locker room, says the Revival is being wasted in Lucha House Rules matches. He does not understand what Lucha House Rules are.
Whatever that is.
And I like it. I mean, he is.
Yeah, sure.
He trashes the urination segments now.
That's the thing. Like, good. He's trashing the creative that's given us urination segments. But the problem is, in canon, Baron Corbin has told Drake Maverick to steal Bobby Roode's robe and pee on it because apparently it's all Baron Corbin's fault.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Rollins also singles out Brock Lesnar for only wanting to show up when he wants to, but he never wants to. Says that Lesnar hasn't had a televised match since 2002. Hey, your new Wednesday morning stat piece last week had that there. Check it out, my friends. Every Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, I'm releasing Raw and SmackDown stats. Rollins then challenges Corbin to a TLC match tonight in the main event. Corbin declines until Rollins repeatedly calls him a coward, like almost comically.
Yes.
Corbin finally agrees, but says that the IC title is on the line. Rollins is fine with that. So lots of good and bad in this, I thought, this segment.
Yeah.
Because
it did not start out well for me with Rollins in the ring, and they're playing his theme. And instead of just having burn it down once, they had it said over and over and over again, the screaming burn it down. And you could tell the audience was like, hey, are we supposed to scream along with the sixth one as well as we did with the fifth and the fourth? It honestly felt like, and I'm glad because later in the night when they played it again, that you realized this was only for this one segment. But I honestly thought somebody was like, hey, the crowd loves screaming along to burn it down. Let's put it in the song 17 times. And, randomly where no one knows where it's coming.
Maybe it's like the Triple H thing. You remember how I mentioned how he has King of Kings for when he's out in a suit. He has the game for when he wrestles, Evolution for any time he's with any combination of Evolution.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of different themes. So, yeah, I guess. So let's talk about the good and the bad of this. Vince McMahon made all these bad decisions.
Yes.
Ultimately. Or he signed off on them, and many of them are just his ideas.
Yes.
And the heat is put on Corbin because it has to be. He is the figurehead on TV. It wouldn't make sense for Rollins to come out and say, Vince makes all these decisions, even though he does.
Right. And it also, you'll never, I don't think you would have Seth come out and say, Stephanie, this is all Stephanie's doing. Like in canon, it's gonna be Baron because Baron's the punching bag in this scenario.
Well, Stephanie doesn't make a lot of these decisions anyway.
Right, I know, but I'm saying if you were to take it above Corbin's head, I don't think that Seth would go there in this promo.
If this was WWE and specifically Vince's way of saying, hey, we know some of these decisions have been complete shit, we will do better, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with people recognizing that they've made some rough decisions in that regard. But it seemed like early on in the show, and we'll talk about it with Rude and Gable later, that they really hammered home, hey, the show has sucked real bad lately, but it's going to get better. And that did not work for WCW.
No.
Because it never did. Now, granted, this is a company with way more talent, way better resources, way better minds behind it as well. But this also happened with Impact Wrestling, I want to say last year, where they kept having the make wrestling great again or make the Impact great again thing. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe don't rip off such a polarizing phrase to begin with. But it doesn't say a lot when you were seen as a WWE ripoff and then you're ripping off somebody else's catchphrase. A WWE Hall of Famers at that.
That's true.
And it has never gotten better. I mean, that's the thing. I went off on this tirade essentially on Twitter where I said this year, outside of being the elite, I don't know that there has been American national level wrestling that has captivated me and held my interest. And don't send me Impact Wrestling because I reviewed that show every single week and it was not good.